How strange is the lot of us mortals. Each of us is here for a brief sojourn. He knows not the purpose, though he senses it. But without deeper reflection, one realizes that one exists for other people. Other people are here to teach us, to guide us, to help us. But the lesson to be learned is always our own. Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmaster, Ters and dear guest, Sri Ram was unlike any other kid of his age. At least in an academic-oriented school like mine. While the rest of us spent hours pouring into our little books, preparing for our never-ending series of tests and examinations, Sri Ram spent his time on other worthwhile pursuits. Preparing for the real world, he said. He once remarked, Vaishnava, if examinations were a matter of life and death, we'd be dead so long ago. It did not matter to him whether he scored a 0 or a 25, whether he was inside the class entertaining the rest of us to his stupid plans, or whether he was issued the marching orders by his teachers. There he was, the same picture-perfect smile, the same contented look. While the rest of us were ready to burst into tears when the going got tough, the words crying and tears did not feature in Sri Ram's dictionary. To me, it seemed as though Sri Ram was born just to have fun. He was so in love with life, living each moment. All seemed well, but like they say, life disappoints when you least expect it. Sri Ram was diagnosed with jaundice, one of a very serious kind. He spent a couple of weeks in the ICU, and even there, when a few of us went to visit him, there he was, smiling, yet again giving us the impression that all was fine, though it was plain to see that it was hurting from the inside. A few weeks later, it did seem that he was on the road to recovery. Alas, tragedy struck once again. A second bout of jaundice, a relapse. The first bout had left his liver in a vulnerable state, and it had now started to malfunction. Doctors told Sri Ram that he required a liver transplant. A couple of weeks after the surgery, it was evident that Sri Ram's health wasn't improving. And it was only then that the surgery was deemed unsuccessful. Nothing much could be done, said the doctors. There I was, praying for a miracle, longing for a day when I could see Sri Ram in the classroom yet again, entertaining the rest of us to his stupid plans. Longing for a day when I could see Sri Ram with a smile on his face. Longing for a day when I could see Sri Ram just be himself. But none of that was to happen. On that ill-fated day, I was fortunate enough to be by his side. And in what seemed like one final flourish, he turned to us and said, "Catch you on the other side." And then he was gone, the ghost of his last laugh still etched upon his face. That day I lost my partner in crime, my best buddy, my brother. The days following Sri Ram's death, I too cried like the rest of my friends. But in due course I was asking myself, if this was all I was going to remember Sri Ram for, as a friend who died, as a friend who moved on. But then it struck me, Sri Ram's life could teach me as much as anyone else's life, as much as Gandhi's life, as much as Mandela's life. And more so in my case because I knew him personally. And it did, Toastmasters. My first lesson on life and how I should lead it. The world Toastmasters ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place. You, me, or nobody is going to hit as hard as life. It does not matter how tough you are. It will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it be. But it is not about how hard you hit back. It is about how hard you get hit and keep moving forward. Life is but a single journey. Who knows what is in store for us tomorrow? Yes, death will come someday. We will part from this world someday. But why worry? Be happy. Smile and live your day. Live in the moment. Life may be full of the unexpected, but it is yet a beautiful journey. These are the translated lines from a popular Kishore Kumar novel. Lines very close to my heart. Lines which remind me of my dear friend and the way he lived. Life, Toastmasters, is fleeting and temporary. We are on this planet for a very short period of time. So while we are here, let us enjoy its many pleasures and treasures. Don't ask yourself what your world needs you to be. Don't ask yourself what your parents need you to be. Don't ask yourself what somebody else needs you to be. Ask yourself what you need yourself to be. Ask yourself what makes you come alive. And then go do that. Because what the world needs is people who have come alive. The longer I live, I realize the importance of attitude on life. Attitude to me is more important than the facts. It is more important than the money, the education, the failures, the successes, what other people say or what other people think. Attitude is more important than the giftedness, the appearance or the skill. And the remarkable thing is that we have a choice with regard to the attitude we can embrace for that day. We cannot change the past. We cannot change the way people think. We cannot change the inevitable. But what we can do is play on that one string we have, and that is our attitude. It is then up to us to teach ourselves and then the despairing men that it does not matter what we expect from life, but what life expects from us. Toastmasters, we are in charge of our attitude. And as long as we are in charge of our attitude, we can conquer the otherwise insurmountable mountain we call life. Even today, many of my friends wish to talk to me about how my dear friend Sri Ram died. And to each one of them I say, why not talk about the way he lived? I'd like to conclude by singing a small song in Sri Ram's memory. This is a song by Jim Morrison and the Doors. It's titled The End. This is the end, beautiful friend. This is the end, my only friend. The end of our elaborate plans. The end of everything that stands. The end, no safety or surprise. The end, I'll never look into your eyes again. Dream, Toastmasters, as if you live forever. Live as though you will die today. I do Toastmasters.